Hi, today we're going to be talking about the Nuffield Center Dyspraxia program, and it'll be Desiree Gilman, Mary Jackson, and Stacy Matthew.
The Nuffield Center Dyspraxia Program, also known as NDP3, is an intervention package for children 3 years and older with severe speech-sound disorder, including childhood apraxia of speech. This resource, which is popular in the United Kingdom, comprises a detailed therapy manual, an assessment procedure, and a set of picture-based therapy materials. The NDP3 treatment approach is based on motor learning theory and aims to build speech skills from single words to word and sentence levels.
As you may have noticed from some of the spelling and vocabulary associated with the NDP3, this technique was developed in England at the University College London Hospitals and was first published in 1985 as a resource for the assessment and management of verbal dyspraxia and other speech disorders.
The target population of this intervention is for 3 to 7-year-old children with severe SSD, particularly childhood apraxia of speech. This treatment requires that children have normal visual acuity and the ability to recognize line drawings. The child is required to be able to sit and focus for long periods of time. The child should understand that the picture is used to represent a sound or word. Lastly, the child should be able to understand that words are segmented into parts to show how sounds and symbols can blend together to make words. The goal of this intervention is to start from the simplest of the phonemes and work up towards consonant-vowel word structures, then multisyllabic words, consonant cluster words, phrases and sentences, and then finally connected speech. The focus of this intervention is to train the child to be able to independently create a system of motor programming skills for communication.
How to implement treatment. You're going to want to meet with the parents and the families to find out what is best for the client and what their needs are, but the goal is to meet one-on-one regularly, weekly, and the session should be about 30 to 60 minutes, or if it's required for more, go to twice a week. And daily practice carried out at home or by the parent, by caregiver, and at school. Baseline should be collected from the NDP3 assessment results. Intervention goals should be established based on those results. Gear your goals towards your client's needs and bring necessary materials. And then always begin the session with reviewing what has been taught prior and to what the strengths the client has and what associated sounds you're going to bring in to their phonemic repertoire. The materials and cost range from about $90 to $610. It depends on what your client needs and also what your facility has for you as options. You can always make and implement your own materials from either Google, Pinterest, whatever you find, but they should be based on these picture cue cards of line drawn black and white pictures, and ideally including both vowels and consonant sounds with different phoneme classes. And as listed below, 1 through 3, you can see the different stepping stones that you have to build up this phonemic repertoire.
We analyzed 2 studies, one in 2004 and one in 2005. The study in 2004 was interesting to look into because it was one of the first to evaluate the effectiveness of NDP3. The study acknowledges the limitations. It was only a single study design with 4 children with severe developmental speech disorders. The conclusions of that study is that NDP was successful in facilitating change, however it was susceptible to outside factors that affect success, like emotional and behavioral difficulties. The 2015 study was far more successful in establishing clear results. A random control trial compared the effectiveness in the rapid syllable transition treatment to the NDP3 and found that both programs improved speech motor planning in children with childhood apraxia of speech, but that the rapid syllable transition was more effective. Still, the study concluded that there is evidence to support clinical use for NDP3.
The pros for this type of test, as you can see on the list, definitely improves for our client. Developing motor skills, linguistic system, full range of psycholinguistic processing skills. The level of consequences being addressed is speech intelligibility will increase, and that will equal to social interaction for our client to increase as well. And also intervention is specific and tailored to the client. And so those definitely are great pros. The cons, in order for a child to benefit from this type of therapy, they need to have those qualities listed. And that kind of creates a box for our client. They have to have normal vision and recognize line drawings. They need to be able to sit at a table and to give focus and attention to the task at hand. There needs to be a good relationship between the speech pathologist and the client. That gives them the ability to take risks and to change the client's speech production. Also, the client needs to have symbolic skills, must understand that a picture is being used to represent a sound or a word in the activity. Also, the client needs to have metalinguistic skills to understand how sounds or syllables can be blended together to create words and how words can be segmented into component parts. New CV words have to be developed by combining two existing established motor programs involving one consonant and one vowel. The child is faced with the challenge of learning to modify the two existing motor programs so that they can join smoothly. As you can see in the first image for B, we have an image of a ball and of a girl eating. We're going to take those first initial sounds and put them together, and so the image will then create that sound for the client. So looking at the basketball, they'll think of that initial consonant B sound. And for the girl eating, they're going to first think of that sound as E for that initial sound. And so those are the image that we're combining and putting together for our client.
Where we put two sounds together. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you say B, E?
B, E, B, E, B, E, B, E.
What does that say? B.
B.
Very good. Let's try another one. Can you say P, I?
P, I, P, I, P, I.
And that says pie. Can you say pie?
Pie.
Pie. Very good. Good job. All right, and last one we have D, O. Can you say D, O?
D, O, D, O, D, O,
One more time.
D, O.
And that says dough.
Dough.
Very good. Good job.